Good one. First is the worst, second is the best, third is the one with the hairiest something. Okay, no. Peter Water actually has a PhD in history. When changing a tire, make sure to tighten the bolt in a starfish pen. I'm probably gonna have to like cut this out because it's taking forever. Or at least the bit that just kind of went. Hello everybody. Yeah, we're back. Okay, sorry. So, don't know what happened. Don't worry about it. We're back. Yeah. We're back with Damien. Yeah. Hi guys, we're back. We're just gonna get on with it. Fuck it, I can't speak today. Let's get back to it. I had a lot of fun hanging out with Damien the other day. I wonder what he's up to. I opened up Dad book and start writing him a message when Amanda walks in the door. Dad, got a letter. Oh, is it from Grandma? No, it's from Damien. Whoa, can I see it? Amanda hands me a piece of old parchment, folded into a note and sealed with purple wax. Damn, the dude goes all out. Blah. The dude goes all out. I pry off the seal and unfold the letter. In the most beautiful calligraphy, the letter reads, Dear Victor, I hope you'll find my continued correspondence enduring rather than trying. One can only hope that my use of the slower, more traditional form of communication will showcase my sincere and eager sentiment that I greatly enjoyed our time together. I write this hastily under the warm embrace of excitement, fearful that I may misstep and speak towards something unwelcome. For now, I hope that you might forgive my boldness. I will simply say that your company has greatly occupied my thoughts. Ah, while the afternoon may have been I can't read that word. By forces unforeseen, your companionship helped a great deal, not only in the discipline of my child, but in the moral of my spirit. And for that, I thank you. That said, Victor, if you'll allow me, it would mean the world to me if I could enjoy more of your time. Perhaps a trip to the cinema, followed by a moonlit stroll would be to your taste. I eagerly await your response. With great respect, D. Bloodmarsh. Amanda and I both look up from the letter. Wow, he's good. So, you gonna catch a movie with him? Yeah, I better message him on Dadbook and let him know. And slaps the laptop shut. You have to write him back a real letter. But my handwriting looks like two toddlers fighting over a crayon.
Yeah.
Dad, you have to. He wrote you a letter. That's so cool. Will you help me? I need to class this up. Father, I was made for this. Here's what you do. Find tickets to a show that you two will like, then enclose them in the letter. Oh, that's classy. Amanda and I hop on the laptop and pursue showtimes. He doesn't seem like a romantic comedy kind of guy. Oh, here's one. Vampire Crusade 2. Evil Never Dies. I don't know, that sounds kind of stupid. Actually, it's a critically acclaimed exploration into the enigma of existence. If it really turns the vampire trope on its head. Really? Nah, it's just a lot of blood and vampire titties. Well, let's roll the dice. Purchase tickets and print them out. Then sit down at the table with Amanda to try drafting a nice letter. I start writing. Damien, I hope this letter finds you in good health. Yes! Good one. That just reminds me of Hamilton. What's next? Oh my god, that's it. I must confess of my amateur control of the written word. Geez, Dad, have some faith in yourself. Okay, we're trucking along. Let him know how you're feeling. In good spirits, for I felt very much the same after our last encounter. Yes. Nice. Ask him to hang out already. True art takes time, Amanda. While a strange turn of events, I found myself enamored of the situation at hand. Moo, what is? Yeah, that one. Bring it home, Pops. I would very much enjoy your company. Accompanying me to it would bring me great pleasure to escort you to the cinemas. Smooth. Calling it the cinema is a classy move. Enclosed you'll find 2 tickets to Vampire Crusader 2. Evil Never Dies, which I'm sure you will find both thrilling and enjoyable. Best wishes. And then I signed my name, my full name. Fancy that way. Victor Blackburn. I don't remember ever naming my character, but I did. Is this okay? Amanda reads over my sloppy handwriting. Oh my god, that is legit my handwriting though. That is like... That is so my handwriting. You spelled his name wrong. What? Nah, just trying to keep you on your toes. Now, all you have to do is seal it and put it in the mail, in his mailbox. Can I seal it with tape? That's not aesthetic enough. I have an idea. I'll be right back. Amanda leaves the room and returns with a candle, a lighter, and a small piece of wood. Gotta have a wax seal. She lights the candle and starts to burn and form puddles of melted wax. What's the other thing? Amanda pours some of the wax onto the folded letter and externally presses a small piece of wood into it. She lets it dry for a second and then pulls the wood out, revealing, here it is, your sigil. A little kitten with a bow on its head. Awesome. Scrapbooking stuff always comes in clutch. Well, I guess all there is to do is deliver it to his doorstep now, huh? Oh, I thought we were getting a carrier pigeon to do it. I already called my guy. I have a pigeon guy. Marcus has the good pigeons. Don't get your pigeons from Anthony. They're no good. I don't want to know if any of this is true. I head outside and walk up to Damien's house. I slip the letter into the slot, his door, and go back home. Mission accomplished? Now we play the waiting game. The night finally rolls around where I'm supposed to meet Damien. The next day, he had left another beautifully crafted letter thanking me for mine and agreeing to the evening. Amanda helps me pick out a nice outfit, and I show up to the theater a little bit early. It's a chilly night, and the theater is kind of crowded, but it's still nice. How do you do? What the frick? I jump to the sound of his voice and turn around to see Damien right behind me. You almost gave me a heart attack. How long were you here for? Or how long were you there for? I don't know. I just walked up. My apologies for frightening you. Was that thunder? Is it gonna rain soon? I didn't hear anything. What?
Oh my.
What? Regardless, the hour grows close. Shall we take our seats in the cinema? I must thank you again for purchasing our tickets. Please allow me to repay the deed in Sour Patch Kids or perhaps Milk Duds? Let's do it. We get in line to buy snacks. As we're waiting, I hear a familiar voice behind us. Ugh, my dad's here. My dad's here. I turn around to find Lucian standing a few feet behind us with a gaggle of other goth kids. Lucian, how nice to see you. I didn't know you were coming to the theater. I'm glad to see you spending some quality time with your friends. Whatever, Dad. And what movie will you be attending tonight? My friends are making me see some kids movie about talking animals. I don't really care about it.
Oh.
Well, I do hope you enjoy your evening. We'll be watching Vampire Crusader 2, Evil Never Dies.
What?
You watching that? Yeah. Yeah, I thought Damien would enjoy it.
Huh.
Well, good luck with that, Dad. I love Damien's. He's like, wait, is that a good movie to watch? I like it.
Oh, baby.
Yeah, I'm just finishing this. Yeah. I finally managed to get the thing working, so, you know. Lucien rejoins his friends and look over at Damien. Good luck with what? It's nothing. My son loves to tease. We wait in line for a little longer, and Damien buys us snacks. He seems a little nervous. I wonder what's wrong. Damien and I take our seats and settle in for previews. Glancing at him, I can see that he's sweating profusely and gripping his armchair. Is everything okay? Everything is perfectly fine.
Huh.
I'm so excited for this film. I'm a devoted person of the arts, especially the scary arts. The scarier they are, the better. Do you have a favorite horror movie? I hate horror films, so of course I have a favorite horror movie. Mine is Halloween Town. Terrifying. Oh, interesting.
Huh.
That's odd. I don't seem to remember Halloween Town being that scary. I would have expected him to bring up some sort of strange foreign horror that I'd never heard of. Damien's knuckles are turning white. It looks like he's about to rip the armrest off. Wait a second. Damien, are you afraid of horror movies? You must be joking. I love horror movies. Damien, it's okay to say you're afraid of horror movies. The lights dim for the film. Damien screams. I apologize. I must be thinking about something far scarier than this movie, which is not scary at all. Damien! We settle in as the film starts. I offer Damien some licorice, and he takes one. I take note of how... What the... Huh? No. Okay, Whoa. We settle in as the film starts. I offer Damien some licorice, and he takes one. I take notice of how much his hands are shaking. The title flashes across the screen in bloody letters. Vampire Crusade 2, Evil Never Dies. A pale man with long silver hair, glittering red eyes, and well-oiled abs sits up in a coffin. Awaken my coven. Blood Moon. Two more vampires slide the tops of their stone coffins onto the floor. Brother! I don't know if it's a guy or a girl. Brother, is it time? Yes. Yes, husband, but also mortal enemy. It is time. Wait, what? Wait, huh? You know what? Sure. The three look at each other, and then the camera. For the Vampire Crusade, this rules. The trio of vampires fly off into the night as foreboding organ music plays in the distance. I somehow get lost in the movie. As dumb as it sounded, it's actually a pretty good, fun flick. Get to a tense moment of the movie where Roma sits at a trance meeting with the general of the human army, whose wife Roma has fallen in love with. Roma, it is good to finally meet you. General, I agree. It is good to finally blood you. Roma sleeps out on stairs, blood splatters over everything, including the camera. Damien screams again, reflexively grasping my hand. I immediately blush, forgetting about any vampires of blood or vampiric blood.
What?
Oh, I'm terribly sorry. Damien retrieves his hands and places it back on his lap. I was writing a novel in my head about blood magic, and I got an extremely scary section. Damien goes back to quietly stressing out over the movie. It's kind of cute that he won't admit that he's afraid of it. I wish he would hold my hand again. Maybe I could do something to make him feel more comfortable? I've got it. I'll do what all dads do best. Talk during the movie. Did you notice how the guard fired 7 bullets, but the gun only holds 6 bullets? Yes, that is absolutely unforgivable for a filmmaker standpoint. It's almost unwatchable. It's funny how it's so much easier to point out tiny mistakes in the work of others than it is to actually go create your own thing, huh? Hey, look. That's an archaism. The rest of the movie goes by relatively smoothly, with only a few whimpers from Damien. Maybe he would have liked the romantic comedy better. Yeah, like, if you had allowed me to choose, I probably would have chosen romantic comedy. I hate horror. We get to the final scene of the movie where Bad Blood and the General's wife embrace each other in his crypt. It appears that the true vampire crusader was the vampire in our hearts, our cold, unbeating hearts. Oh god, so weird. The rooms to the General's wife begin making out hard.
What?
Film fades to black and the end appears on the screen. But then it hard cuts Damien and his rival lover Carmel, who watched the two from afar. Oh no, plot twist. Oh no, twist ending. Our bloodline has been pure for 1,000 years. Remote has betrayed us by loving a human woman. It will only be a short time before the next Vampire Crusader 3. Evil must die again. More thunder, more ominous organs. The movie fades out again, and the bloody question mark now accompanies the end. Why? So stupid. I walk out of the movie theaters and miss sounds of chattering moviegoers. He's a little more pale than I remember, but otherwise, he survived the encounter. He even seems kind of involved. What an interesting film. While the premises admittedly struck me as a pederasty, I don't know what that word is. I was intrigued by its harrowing love story and great attention to detail in regards to the vampiric lore. Yeah, it was pretty good. A lot more vampire titties than I thought there would be. Come, the night is young. Let's take a stroll. Yeah, something that isn't scary. Damien is making a point of not telling me where he's taking me. Still, I'm enjoying the walk and the cool night air. Being alone here with Damien is a lot better than being in a crowded theater. Lovely night, isn't it? As lovely as the company, yes. You think I'm lovely? Damn, okay, here comes a smooth response. Thanks. No problem. I love it. Here comes a smooth response. I expected something better than that. No problem. Crushed it. We both stand there feeling a little awkward. I am one smooth operator. I am not. Are you getting a little hungry? We could maybe stop off and grab something to eat. Okay, worry not, friend. I have a plan. We turn the corner and are greeted by the gates of the cemetery? What? Are we going in there? A little bit of Victorian flavor. Trust me. Oh, okay, let's go then. I'm a bit nervous, but Damien hasn't let me wrong yet. I follow his lead as we walk to the cemetery. Statues of angels stare down at us as we follow a path of faded tombstones. As we pass a small hill, we get a better view of the city. The night lights sparkle around us. I gotta hand it to him. For being in a cemetery, this is strangely romantic. Picnicking in graveyards is a Victorian tradition. An appropriate finish to an evening after a vampire movie, wouldn't you say? With a flourish, Damien produces a blanket in a picnic basket. Wait, were you hiding that? Under my cloak. Oh, right. Wait! He had just a picnic basket under his cloak? I would have noticed that. Damien unfolds the blanket and we both sit down, gazing at the city lights. He produces a bottle of wine and a fine selection of cheeses. In the Victorian era, there was no public art galleries, parks, or Benuric Gardens to speak of. Once rural graveyards became a more popular alternative to church burials, they became the only place that people could see beautiful plant life and fine sculptures. That makes sense. This is pretty nice. I have a question though. How are you okay with being in a graveyard but had trouble handling a scary movie? I wasn't. He sighs deeply. Okay, yes, I was extremely scared by the movie. I was not writing a book about blood magic in my head. I have never been good at those. I just feel as if because of how I look and act, people expect me to love horror films. So I must play the part. Truth be told, I don't know if I have the construction for them at times. Damien, I'm so sorry. If I had known, I would have suggested another movie. It's quite alright. I actually did find myself enjoying this one, to your help. Graveyards, however, I think there's something rather beautiful about death. Cemeteries are traditionally built away from cities, away from the realm of the living, and it keeps us rather separate from it. To acknowledge death and become comfortable with it, I think gives us a certain intimate knowledge of ourselves. To sit amongst generations of those who came before us to be truly alive in the midst of so much death brings me great comfort. Death helps me appreciate life, to savor every second. Wow. We sit and enjoy our food and wine. I don't feel scared anymore. Not thought to be comforted sitting alone in a graveyard at night, but I actually feel very peaceful. Suddenly, it doesn't seem like we're alone. Off in the distance, see a shadowy figure in the trees. What is that? I'm not sure. It notices and paralyzed with fear as it begins lumbering slowly towards us, its shape taking a more animal form, more feral. I look at Damien for help, but he's just as afraid and transfixed as I am. I want to scream, but it's stuck in my throat. The creature's getting closer, moving faster. Woof! Oh, it's a dog. Oh, it's a puppy! As it finally comes into light, the friendliest, dumbest little Buston terror I've ever seen pulls its owner towards us. The dog trots over to Damien and sniffs at his hand. Damien looks ecstatic. He ruffles the dog's fur happily. What a beautiful dog! Hey! We both look up, not expecting to see. Thanks. Hey, Robert. Robert? What are you doing here? What are you doing out here on this lovely evening? Hunting cryptids. What? What? I didn't know you had a dog. This isn't my dog. I found her wandering in the streets. I put a leash on her, and now we're walking around this graveyard together, hunting cryptids. Damien and I share a look. May I give her a treat? Sure. Wouldn't give her cheese, though. Not to worry. Damien reaches into the depths of his cloak and produces a small dog treat. What else is he hiding in there? The dog leaps up at the treat and crunches away, tail wagging furiously. Damien continues to smooth down her fur. Thanks. My absolute pleasure. Damien shakes the dog's paw. Lovely to meet you, my friend. May our paths cross again. Robert and his dog disappear in the darkness again. Damien stares after them. I didn't know you liked dogs. Victorians love dogs, actually. Most Victorian women of high fashion would always be accompanied by a small dog, such as a Terra or a Maltese. I think big dogs are nice too. Yeah, man, dogs are cool. I do believe we've had enough excitement for one night. What do you say? What say we make our way home? Damien hops to his feet and extends a hand to help me up. I gladly take it as my knees aren't what they used to be. He packs up his picnic basket and leads us out of the graveyard. As we begin to walk home, I take one last look at the cemetery. It really is beautiful. Like a proper gentleman, Damien walks me to my doorstep. Thank you ever so kindly for your company tonight. Damien, it was my pleasure. Victor, if you will allow me, it would bring me great joy to offer you a token of my affection. Damien reaches into his cloak and pulls out a folded monogrammed handkerchief. He presses it into my hand. Wow, thank you, Damien. I'm gonna make this the passing ships. Oh my god, I can't wait to sneeze on this. I literally just wanna. I'm gonna wave this at passing ships. That's something I would do though. I approve. Damien shuffled his feet. I just want to say that it's rare to find someone like you. Someone who's open to my aesthetics. It's nice to feel accepted. Thank you. Damien gives my hand a quick squeeze. Damien blushes and hastily retreats his hand. I must take my leave. Good night. Before I can say anything else, he's gone. I unlock the door and step inside. Like a whirlwind, Amanda runs from the window and plops down on the couch, looking at non-chat. Hey Dad, what's up? Were you watching me from the window? No, I was just, okay, yes. How was the movie? Lots of vampiric titties. Just lots of vampire titties. Told you. But, as it turns out, Damien is... Wait, Amanda doesn't need to know that. I'll keep it between me and Damien. Scary cool. Yep, he's so cool, it's scary. Nice day, Victor. Did you know that graveyards used to be a place to throw parties? I think I'm misremembering that. Wow, that's pretty punk. Also, we saw a dog. Definitely thought it was a werewolf for a minute though. How can you be so sure it wasn't a werewolf? How can you be so sure I'm not a werewolf? And how can I be so sure you're not a werewolf? Amanda's eyes narrow. I don't trust you, nor I you. We make intense, weary eye contact for a second. Anyway, I'm calling you for the night. Don't stay up too late, will ya? I'll try not to howl at the moon past midnight. I love Amanda. She is the best girl. I love this so much. This is beautiful. Okay, day completed. Nice. Dad point. Very nice. S rank.
Dear friend, you've simply taken the egg on this. Taken the egg is it's a Victorian phrase. It technically means winning, so ultimately you've won.
I love that. That's beautiful. Damien is one of my favorite characters. I will forever love him, and yes, he is best boy. I like Matt as well. Matt's great. There we go. Well, it's been a long day. I'm just about to pack it in. After a few bites of ice cream from the freezer, I turn off all the lights and walk down the hall to my room. I wonder if Amanda's still awake. That kid needs some sleep. As I pass her room, I hear her faint sound. I can't quite make it what it is. I get a little closer. Is she crying? I knock gently on the door. Hey, Manda? The crying immediately stops. Not right now. Her voice sounds strained. She sniffles. I need to make sure she's okay. I open the door. In the dark, I can see Amanda's outline in the middle of the bed, knees hugged up against her body. Is everything okay? I don't want to talk about it. Did something happen? Did something happen? No, nothing. No, nothing happened. Go away. Alright, I'll leave you be. I back out of the room and close the door gently behind me. She immediately starts crying again. Wow, I have no idea what has her so upset. She seemed totally normal. I feel awful to just leaving her to cry, but I also get the feeling that if I tried to do anything else, it would have made her more upset. I can't stop mentally circling her through all thoughts of awful things she could be dealing with right now. More than anything, I just want to be happy and safe. I have a hard time falling asleep, but when I finally do, I'm still thinking about Amanda. My baby! After a long night of very little sleep, I roll out of bed and make myself a pot of coffee. Amanda should be up for school soon. Maybe she'll be willing to talk about whatever's bothering her. About 10 minutes before she's supposed to leave, Amanda gets her room and makes a beeline to the freezer. Morning, Amanda. Morning. She drops a frozen waffle in the toaster and slams the freezer door. She won't look at me. Yikes. So, anything big going on at school today? No. Okay. Do you need to ride to school? No. Want some coffee? Amanda pulls a toaster lever and takes her small, frozen, burned waffle out before it's finished cooking. I have to go. Amanda picks up her bag and storms out. Oh, okay. I haven't seen her act like this in a long time. It's usually short-lived, but it always hurts. Hopefully this blows over and things go back to normal soon. I sit back at the kitchen table and look at a picture of Amanda and I hanging on a wall. It's in it. I'm teaching her to ride a bike. Her face is a mixture of excitement and pure, unadulterated fear. I remember how determined she was. Every time she would fall off and scrape her knees, she would get up and try again. I finally had to stop her because she was bleeding everywhere. And then she started to cry because she didn't think she needed bandages and wanted to keep trying. As I put the bike away, she just stood in the middle of the street and screamed. Then I took her for ice cream and it was like nothing ever happened. After giving it a bit of thought, I decided that if I force her to talk about it, I'm only going to make things worse. But I had an idea. I started rummaging around for ingredients. I hear Amanda walk in the door. Instead of heading for the kitchen like she usually does, she makes a beeline to her room. She's clearly avoiding me. Hey, Pumpkin! What? Can you come here for a sec? There's a moment of silence. Yeah, I wanted to say sorry about last night. I'm just worried about you, kiddo. I get scared when I know something's wrong, and I get even more scared when I feel like I can't do anything about it. Dad, so just whatever it is, you don't have to tell me if you don't want to, but whatever it is, just know that you have a dad in your corner who wants you to be happy. Honey, you know I'm bad with words, so I'm hoping I can speak a language we both understand. I pull out a cake off the refrigerator and place it on the table. Hopefully the frosting has set by now. Ta-da! Dad, sorry you're sad, but I support you 100%. Oh, so sweet, but like that cake, that's so mean. It took me a really long time because I ran out of red frosting somewhere around sad and had to start over, and this is beautiful. It's strawberry. Amanda gives me a big old hug. I grab some plates and forks and serve us up some delicious cake. So it's really stupid. What is? This whole thing. I know I've been really weird lately, and there's just, I don't even know how to explain it. I feel like I might make you a chart. I'm listening. Do you want to take me to take notes? I guess I should start from the top. Do you know how Emma R is going to that fancy art school in California, right? Emma R. The best friend? You got it! Wow, proud of you. Wow, Anyways, ever since she got the acceptance letter, I've been feeling like she's drifting away, you know? And she's been spending a lot of time with Grace and Emma P. I just thought it was all in my head for a while, but then I found out from Rose M that both the Emmas, Grace and Noah, all went to a party at Mackenzie F's on the same night. They all told me they were busy studying for the Calc AB final. Yikes. So another important piece of information is God, this is embarrassing. I have a crush on Noah, and that's a thing. Oh, whoa, I had no idea. I definitely didn't know that. Okay, you're a bad liar. So are you. I learned from the worst.
Oh.
Anyway, so the other person I told about about the crush was Emma R, and she promised not to tell anybody. I didn't confront them about the party thing, but I didn't start because I didn't want to start drama, so I just kept quiet and kept going about my business. Manda sighs. And then, one day I invite everyone out to get nachos at the mall, and after not texting me back for like 2 hours, even though none of them ever put their phones down for more than 60 seconds, they all say they're busy, like, simultaneously. So I told them, never mind, I'll just eat nachos at home, right? But we were out of chips, and I really, really wanted nachos. Totally understandable. So I go to the mall anyway. I go to the food court, and who do I see there but Grace, Emma P, Emma R, and Noah all hanging out together and eating nachos without me. What? It gets better. I'm standing by the escalator watching them, and I realize that Noah has his arm around Emma R, which is kind of weird, right? But then they kiss. No. Yes, I know. So I storm over there and I'm like, hey! And Grace drops a nacho on her shirt because of course she does. And Emma R just like glares at me. Grace, nothing's coming up. I don't know who it is. Grace is boring? Well, yeah, but that's not the important part. Grace is the one nobody really likes. Or I guess that's me now. Anyway, nobody will say anything, and I'm just like, you guys suck, which I realize is not the most current thing to say, but I was very angry and really embarrassed, and I just wanted to get out of there. So I left without nachos, might I add, which only further contributed to this shitty day, and immediately drafted a super long text to the group chat asking them why they'd been acting so weird. And I wrote another one to MRR asking how long the Noah thing's been going on. And sorry, I know that's a lot. You still following? What did MRR say? Oh, okay. Get a load of this. MRR says, you know what? Let me just read it to you. Amanda pulls out her phone and reads word for word an absolutely long string of text messages. Can you believe that? I cannot believe that. I care so much about Amanda's social life and mental well-being, but man, do I not understand what she's talking about. This is all beyond me, but I'm trying my hardest to be supportive. They were dating in secret for like months, so I told her that she's been a really terrible friend, and she's like, well, if you think I'm so terrible, then just stop being my friend. And I was like, okay, and then she left me on red, and then, wait, left you on red? What's that? Oh, like, she saw my message and didn't reply. And I know because there are read receipts. I don't know what read receipts are, but I'm gonna nod and pretend I understand. Gotcha. So while this is all happening, I'm talking to MMP about how mad I am because she's at least being kind of reasonable, and I'm venting to her about how pissed I am at everyone and stuff. And then out of nowhere, Noah texts me and is like, "How could you say that about me?" And I'm like, "Say what about you?" And he tells me that MMP sent screenshots of everything I told her to the group chat that I got kicked out of. Alright, I think you lost me as screenshots. But that definitely sounds bad. There's so much more, but honestly, it's all just really stupid teenage stuff. The bottom line is that everyone dropped me half my grade, hates me, and now I have no friends. Amanda, I'm so sorry. I almost expected it from everyone else, but MRR's been there since Mom died. I can't believe she would just stab me in the back like that. I'm not even mad that she's dating Noah. I'm just upset that she lied to me about it for so long. Amanda stabs at the remains of her cake. Okay, I take it back. I'm kinda mad she's dating Noah. Like, what did I do wrong? Why did everyone just suddenly decide I'm not cool anymore? Why wasn't I enough? I don't understand. And as mad as I am at everyone, like, I miss them, Dad. Amanda looks so dejected. I almost can't take it. What could I possibly say to help? Anyways, that's it. That's the whole soldier tale. Thanks for listening. Tune in next week for more hot gossip. Wow. I know, it's pretty dumb. It's not dumb. No, it's a stupid thing to be upset over. Manda, your feelings are real. Don't ever be mad at yourself for having feelings. I guess. You've secretly been a robot who's been approximating human feeling the whole time. Dad, if I was a robot, I would have transformed into a monster truck along. But seriously, I know you probably don't want advice, but I feel like it's my duty as a dad to bestow upon you a few nuggets of fatherly wisdom. Well, friends don't do that. When you get older, you start realizing the sort of people you want to associate yourself with. Do you really want to surround yourself with people who would do something like that to their friend? It takes a lot of work to find and maintain meaningful friendships. It took me a long time to figure that out myself. I wish I had learned it sooner. If the other person isn't putting the effort in to show you how much they care, it's not worth it. You're not beholden to being their friend. Ultimately, I think this says way more about their character than it does about yours, because you're amazing. And if they can't see that, well, that's their problem. I'll keep that in mind. I look down at the table. Did you just eat the whole cake? Yes, we did just eat the whole cake. Well, good talk. We just ate the whole freaking cake. Well, that sounds like me. Amanda gets up to go to her room. Before she closes the door, she turns around. Hey, Pops. Yes? Thank you. You're always welcome. Love you, Amanda.
I love you too, Dad.
Sorry, I love Amanda. She is best girl throughout this whole thing. I love her very, very much.
Welcome.
Okay,
You've
I
got
think this is going to be
bags.
the end of this one. Yep, this is going to be the end of this one. I will see that later because that is from Greg. So this is the end of this video. I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye bye. Stay fresh, my spoilers. Stay safe. And please wear a mask.